Welcome to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy, your host. Thanks for tuning in. Today we went to Newport Beach pier area. We started off by the pier, and wasn't a lot of people out at first, so we were pretty good and got some waves. There were probably waist high, I guess. There were a few that came in a little higher than that, maybe shoulder high, but most of them were about waist high. So perfect, what I call Wesley surfing. Perfect size for Wes. He wasn't here, but he might be here next week, so we shall see. Weather was nice. The water was really warm. The sand walking to the beach was cold. When I put my foot in the water, it felt like a bathtub. So it's probably around 68, 79 degrees. So the water temperature's holding pretty good. So that's excellent. And so we got some good waves, small waves. So you don't have a lot of power in them. So your turns have to be more precise. I think there's no room for error, because if you're a little bit off, you're going to fall off the back or pearl the nose or catch an edge or something. But managed to get some good lefts and be able to make some turns off the top. There wasn't a lot of that. I hit one that was really good. Came off the bottom, hit that top perfect, right under the lip, and then rode it out. And so that was my best wave for at Newport. And then I got a couple of rights where I made a nice bottom turn and then kind of fizzled. The left seemed to be a little bit longer. But there were some rights as well. They were coming in from the north, and that's why it was breaking at Newport, because it doesn't break much in the summer. But it's starting to get some waves coming in from the north. So Newport, you got to check it, because when it's good, it's really good, but it gets real crowded, so got to be careful. But getting to the wipeouts, I had some really good wipeouts. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting better at it, at crashing. I took off, the one that I really got crazy on was I took off going left, and it was a late takeoff, and so I couldn't quite get up on the board, and so it started to suck me over the falls, but I'm sideways on the wave, and I can't push the board away from me, so me and the board are going over the falls sideways, and so I'm holding the board and trying to push it, but as I'm doing that, went over the falls, the board hits bottom first, of course. When I say bottom, I mean the water, and then it starts to come back towards me, so I've got my hand on it, and it's twisting my wrist. So it's all I can do to keep it. And then by that time, the wave hit me more and sucked me over the top of it. And so we rumbled and rolled about 2 or 3 times. I really don't remember because it was so quick. But I rolled quite a bit. In fact, one of the guys saw me and was saying it looked pretty scary. But I rolled and rolled. And then, it wasn't deep, wasn't a huge wave, so it wasn't terribly dangerous, although it could have been. But I'm rolling sideways, and it was totally upside down. I don't know which way was up, but I finally felt the bottom and just stood up, and I was only waist high. So which, is good and bad. Good is you can stand up. The bad is you can hit bottom, and that could hurt even worse. And that was one of them. That was a good one. And then the other one I took off, it was almost the last wave. The second to the last wave, I took off late again. And I think I get a little more courageous at Newport because the waves are smaller. And I'm not sure that's a good thing, but apparently I took off late, and I stood up late, and instead of sliding down the face of the wave, I kind of got caught up in the top part of the wave and started to go over the falls, standing up on the board. And, that is probably the worst, because if I would have stayed on the board and landed on it, I probably would have snapped the board in half, and there's no telling what would have happened to me. So I tried to push the board to my right and jump to my left as I'm going over the falls. And I did that, and as I hit the water, the water behind me, as I hit the bottom of the wave, the waterfall part of the wave, the part that's breaking, came right over the back of me and pushed me right down deeper into the water. And luckily it was a bigger wave of a set, and so the water was deeper, and I didn't hit the bottom. And then that rolled me again because I'm caught right in the middle of that turbulent wave there. Well, I don't know what you call that, inside the tunnel there. And that rolled me around quite a bit. And then again, after a few seconds, which seems like minutes, of course, it's only seconds, I can feel the bottom, and I stood up. And that's, again, good and bad. Good that it's shallow and you can stand up, and bad that it's shallow and you can hit bottom. So 2 great wipeouts. I had some good waves too. I don't want to dwell on the negative here, but had some good waves, had a really good left that was small, but I could do several turns on it. And it was so small I could barely see it at the end. And when I jumped off, I was less than knee-high in water, which is not good because you can bust your fins off that way. But so that was pretty fun. And then I got a really good right, but unfortunately I didn't stand up. I was laying down and just rode that thing fast, going right, just as fast as I could go. And I finally ended up close to the pier. I had to paddle out and duck dive a few times because they're breaking by the pier more than if you go a little bit further north, you can paddle out easier. But I was there, so I paddled out through the water. Started to get really big, much bigger towards the end too. It started to get maybe shoulder, maybe almost head high at the end. And those were very rare, though. You'd have to wait quite a while for them, which I wasn't willing to do. I was catching those smaller ones just to keep surfing. And that's also a good thing. In Newport, you get a lot more volume. At Huntington, you're going to get 3, 4, 5 waves, maybe 6 waves. At Newport, you get 10 waves in the first hour, easy. Sometimes we've gone as many as 20 waves. They're smaller, but it's easier to paddle out. It's easier to catch. They're smaller, so what are you going to do? You got to do what you do and just go where the surf is. And the reason we went to Newport is because we had the rookies with us. But I'm not going to call them rookies anymore because they are beginning to be really good now. And Bert caught a nice wave that went left. And when I was from the back, because it was our last wave going in, and he caught it and he went left, and it looked like he was going to fall out the back of the wave, and then he suddenly just turned back into it and dropped down and did a bottom turn and came back up, and did a bottom turn, came back up. So he did like 3 or 4 turns, which is really good. I mean, there weren't radical, sharp, dramatic turns, but the point was he was just really staying in the crucial part of the wave and doing everything that you're supposed to do when you catch waves. So he's intermediate now. He's not rookie stage anymore. And same with Adam. He's getting much better at it too. So we really don't have any rookies with us anymore. But it was good to go to Newport. Like I said, you get a lot of volume, get a lot more waves, and you can, practice your surfing more than just paddling around chasing them like you do at Huntington and trying to stay with the current. So a lot of good in there. But I think tomorrow we're going to definitely try to go to Huntington, try to get a little bigger waves. And we'll see what happens. So thanks for listening. A great day at Newport. Sunny, warm water. Just perfect surfing weather in October. Fall, my favorite time to surf. So see you soon. Head out to Huntington here, Newport next week, and we'll do some surfing. And hopefully we'll get some good surf. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. Check out our sponsors, Merch Hero, napkiclothing.com, Swing Easy Hammocks, and Task Bullet. Thanks for listening.